Welcome to Muncie Public Library's Wild and Wacky Science. I am Miss Jeanette, and what we're going to do today is we have some rainbow science. We have some leprechauns that are coming out to look for that gold, so we have a trap that you can build and grab a kit from. We have some rainbow science that are going to explode, and we have some salt painting. And if you like what you see today, make sure that you subscribe to our page. Alright, my friends, what we're going to do here is we are going to do a density science experiment, and we're going to make a rainbow in a jar. And what we're going to do is we're going to use different types of liquids here, and the density is they weigh different amounts. So we have our heaviest liquid here, which is honey. Next is our soap, which is like dish soap. Then we have some water, and then we have olive oil, and then at the end we have some rubbing alcohol. So this one weighs less than the honey. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it in a jar and put them on top of each other, and hopefully we will make a rainbow in a jar. So first what we're going to do is we're going to make some purple. Right now our honey doesn't look so like purple, so we're going to add our colors red and blue to make purple, hopefully. So I'm going to add some red here, and then some blue. And then we're going to stir that up and hopefully get a kind of a purpley color here. It's a little dark. And it's really sticky. So, alright, it's kind of hard to see, but that is a lot more purpley than the honey color that we had. Alright, so I'm going to pour that right in our jar at the bottom here. Right in there. So we have our first liquid, which is our honey. And then next we're going to see if we can put our dish soap right on top. This is our blue color. So what we're going to do is we're going to lean this to the side a little bit and pour that in, hopefully right on top. There it should lay right on top of that honey there. So let's see if we can, I don't know if you can see that right there, but the honey is at the bottom and then the dish soap. Now we need to make some green. Right now we have our water here, but it's not green. So we're going to add some food coloring to turn it green here. Give a little stir. Now we've made our color green. And then now we're going to gently pour that in right here on top of the soap. And why we need to lean it is because if you pour it in too quickly, that soap and water is going to mix together. So hopefully we can get it to lit right on top. Right there. So now we have our three colors there. Next we need to do our yellow. This is our olive oil. So again, we're going to lean it to the side and gently, slowly pour it in, and hopefully it will set right on top of that water we just added. Alright, so we have our olive oil. And there we go. And then last we need our color red. So this is our rubbing alcohol, and we're going to add red to it. Give a little stir here. And then we're going to gently pour it right on top of that olive oil. And then when we're done, we should have a rainbow in a jar. Alright, so hopefully we can see if it worked out okay. I see a little bit of red on top, and then we have some yellow and orangey coming together, our blue and our green, yep, and our purple there down at the bottom. And there is our rainbow in a jar. So now we're going to be doing a rainbow lava lamps. And right here I have 4 jars, or 4 cups here, and we're going to add some baby oil to these right here. Get this off here. Nope. Alright, so we're going to fill these cups up to about 2/3 full, maybe. So that is our baby oil, and then we're going to add some water here and fill them. Always make a mess. Should always get messy with science. Science is messy. Fill these up here with the rest of the water. There we go. Fill this one up a little more. Alright, so what you should see is you should see 2 different kinds of liquid here. Right now we have the baby oil right on top of the water, and next we're going to make it all colorful. So we're going to make this first one red. This next one is going to be yellow. And we have some green. And some blue. Alright, so we have placed our colors in our cups here. We have our red, our yellow, our green, and our blue. And now we're going to make them go magical. We're going to add some Alka-Seltzer tablets, and what will happen is they'll have a chemical reaction and bubbles will go up, and then we should have these colors start going up and down. So let's see if that's going to go. We're going to pop one in our red. You see those bubbles go up? And then eventually what will happen is they will start with the color coming up through the water and through the olive oil or the baby oil, and you will have your lava lamps. Isn't that pretty cool? And the great thing about this is we have extra ones, so once that stops bubbling, you can do it again and again and again. Alright, my friends, what we're going to do next is we're going to do some salt painting, and we're going to make a picture of a rainbow. So what I have here is I have some salt, and you'll need some glue, and also what you'll need is some watercolors. And what I've done is I've picked up one of our old sets, and I have popped these little palettes out and put them in here, put a little water in there, and mixed it all up. So now we have some water liquid colors. So first we're going to do is we're going to draw our rainbow. So we're going to get our glue. We're just going to make an arch right there for our red. And then our next color is going to be our orange. And then yellow. And green. Blue. And purple or indigo, whichever you would like to. But we have, and then if you want to go over it one more time to get a thicker painting, you can. The thicker line, if you like, you could go back over that. So next we're going to do is we need these pipettes, but if you don't have a pipette, you can just use a paintbrush or a syringe or something you have at home. So first we're going to squeeze the pipette, take up some of that red liquid right inside there, the paint, and, oh, but first we gotta do is we gotta put some salt on it. So we're going to pour some salt over the glue here, all over it, covering all that glue. So I think I got it all kind of covered there. And then you'll want to kind of pick it up and take off that excess salt right onto another tray or the trash can. Looks like it's bleeding there a little bit. That's all right. But first we're going to do is we're going to put our red on there. And what happens is if you put just a little bit of red, it should start blending together like that. So you can get some more. And you'll want to do that all over your salt. Right there. There it goes. And it just kind of blends all in there. So that's our red. Next we're going to do some orange. So we've got another pipette and we're going to do our orange here. And what you'll do is you'll see it and it'll just kind of blend and expand all through that salt there. So there we go. Next we're going to add some yellow. We're going to take some yellow and kind of squeeze it right on top of that salt there as it blends and expands into that. It's pretty cool. And then what color's next? We have some green. Kind of cool green here. And it's alright if your colors kind of blend together, kind of makes it a pretty cool picture. Then we need some blue. I just like it's pretty cool just to watch it kind of blend and expand onto there. And our last, we need some purple. Alright, so that is our salt painting, and you'll want to let that dry a little bit. So I made some examples here. I have a rainbow, and I also made kind of a green shamrock here. That's pretty cool, and it's alright if it bleeds or goes off to the edge. It kind of makes it a fun picture. So that is our salt painting. Alright my friends, next what we're going to do is we're going to do a sink and float experiment. This is going to be, I have a pot. So when you think of leprechauns or St. Patrick's Day, you think rainbows, and at the end of the rainbow is a pot of gold. So we're going to see if we can sink that pot with some gold, but instead of gold, we're going to use some pennies. So what I have is our pot here, and I have sets of tens of pennies here, so we're going to count by tens. Well, what you can do is you can guess to see how many pennies or gold that's going to take to sink that pot. So is it 10 pennies? Is it going to be 30 pennies? 60 pennies? Or all 200 pennies it's going to take to sink that pot? Take a guess. So first we're going to start with 10. Oh, it's still floating. Let's get 20 in there. Oh, it went down a little bit, but it's still floating. So let's see, we're going to do 30 pennies. See if it's still floating. Yep, it's still floating in there. So let's do 40 pennies. Do you think it's going to sink if we do 40? I don't know, let's see. Oh, it's still floating. Let's do 50 pennies. It's almost there, I think. 60 pennies is probably going to do it. All right, my friends. I don't know if you counted to see or if you thought of a number that it will take to sink that, but it's 60 pennies to sink our pot. The next experiment we're going to do is we're going to make a rainbow on a paper. So what I have is I have some black construction paper right here. You'll need some water, about an inch or so of water, and then you'll also need some nail polish. This is clear nail polish, and that's all you would need. And first what you're going to do is you're going to slip the paper up under the water just so it kind of floats there at the top. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take a few drops, 1, 2, of the nail polish. And this is the part that you're going to have to do kind of quickly, but you're going to pull this, kind of pull it up right there. And what we'll do, it leaves that nail polish right on top of that, and it'll dry, and then you will have rainbow paper. And I have a few examples right here. What you can do is you can contact the Kennedy Library or the Marion Hunt Library and pick up a leprechaun trap kit. That'll be available on Monday, March 15th, that you can pick those up. So give us a call, or we can have that curbside pickup for you. And in that kit, what you have is you have a variety of different stuff that is in there to make your own leprechaun trap. So I have my example here that you can make, but you can make it any way that you would like. So my trap is that leprechaun will climb right up onto the ladder here, and inside I have these fake gold coins. Pretty cool. So you can put that in there, and then what he does is he's going to use this rope, and he's going to go right down in there, and then that is going to trap him right inside. So that is my trap. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoyed our wild and wacky science today with our rainbow science. And if you enjoyed what you saw today, make sure that you like our page, subscribe, and check our munciepubliclibrary.org page out.